923 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
All right, good morning. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Let's look at some headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. And this one says, economic reforms, not to punish Nigerians, but to avert collapse, says Tinubu. Showore blasts Peter Obi for gaslighting Nigerians who protested against Jonathan's government. I don't think he gaslighted them, so I don't know why that word was used. Because I think I watched his speech. It was at tribute service for late Pa Edwin Clark. Yes, and he said now the country is where, I think basically just saying, if we were protesting at the time of Jonathan when it wasn't this bad, how come now nobody cares to protest or talk to the government now that it is even worse? More like perhaps they owe Jonathan an apology. Meet America's Robert Francis Prevost, first American chosen as new pope. That's also on the Vanguard newspaper. And Edo community demands investigation into unidentified policemen killing, invasion of community. Find all of these on the Vanguard newspaper. On the Punch, this one here says, UAE to invest in $25 billion Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project. I was pissed when we first started the... Remember when the Ukraine-Russia war first started, and then there was problems with gas because of what was happening in the Baltic Sea, and then there was that mainstream gas pipeline. Russia was supplying most of the gas to Europe, and they used that as a tool during the war against Ukraine to stifle activities. And I think Rwanda benefited from it because a lot of other people now needed gas. And unfortunately, in Nigeria, we haven't done too much. So if we consider, selling out, people inside will suffer. And besides the facility, we haven't invested much in those facilities. We would have made a lot of money, that's what I'm saying. Insecurity, don't pit Senate against Tinubu, Akpabio warns minister. I think Abaribe was speaking in front of the House about insecurity and saying that lawmakers shouldn't lie to Nigerians about the true situation of things. Wigwe, U.S. helicopter firm, may face criminal charges. That's also on the Punch newspaper. Refitting and repainting newly acquired presidential jet flown to South Africa. Marketers warn federal government against hasty fuel import ban. All of these headlines are on the Punch newspaper. Again, I apologize for my voice for some of us who might be wondering why I sound low. I said that in the morning, so please bear with us. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Call any of these numbers to be a part of the conversation this morning. Let's get your reactions to some of the headlines. Also, the Facebook handle is at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So we are live on Facebook. You can join in on the conversation. Don't forget to click on the share button. Very important. And keep your comments very short and precise as possible. So this person says, congratulations to the new Pope. He's watching from Asari Toru, Bala Odoye. Dr. Umar from Owerri says, sad that Nigeria, blessed with both human and natural resources, still struggles with governance. The majority of its citizens wallowing in poverty. Sad that our heroes are gone and their ideals abandoned. God will mend our broken hearts. We have squandered the labor of our heroes. Well, that's what Peter Obi said. Peter Obi says the labor is in vain. The labor is already in vain. They're scattered. We are trying to pack the pieces. Christian Williams says, despite being the biggest financial contributor to the Catholic Church, amidst that, the USA has never produced a pope until now. Big congratulations to them. Stephen Igbiki says, good morning. Congratulations to the new pope. It's not the US pope. It's a pope for everybody, but he's from the US. So when you write it like this and say the new US pope, it makes it look like the pope is for US. No, he's from the US, yes, but he's a pope for the whole Catholic Church, right, worldwide. Those adopting Tinubu for 2027 need serious medical attention. I don't get it. Well, you will get it because people will vote for him. If elections hold now, people will vote for him. Stephen Igbiki is okay, we had that already. Ugo Jene Justice says it's annoying for Abga. What I missed that. Governor of Anambra State was only speaking for himself and not for the people of Anambra because they must surely vote out President Tinubu in 2027. Clever Sonny. You know, the strange thing is how everybody in different parties are all saying the president. You know, it used to be opposition parties. Everybody, we have our own people because if they feel like the person is not doing well, the parties will say. I don't know if something has changed because if something has changed, I'd like to know what has changed because it's just so easy how every governor, I've not seen one that said contrary, have all said, the president for 2027 with the president. So which means in the eyes of all the governors, the president is doing well and deserves a second term. First American Catholic Pope, one day a black man will be a Catholic Pope as well. U.S. is a great nation. And the Nobuye Kachi case that came in from you, Skillful Process. I don't understand Anambra State Governor. Do you understand any of the other governors? Yeah, you're saying now. The other governors, do you understand them? Blessed Allah says, IMF to protect food security, $150 million is a nice one. And in Nigeria, yeah, our leaders are busy looting funds. Alaris Piff says, I want Rivers people to remain calm because our own white smoke will soon come, just like that of Rome that produced the Pope, Leo the 14th. Was it the 14th? Senator Godwin Abbott. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah. What you're saying. Godwin Abbott Akpabio outburst on Dr. Peter Obi is childish. Someone who never contested an election before he became Senate president. Alaris Piff says, we're at that already. Thank God Ability says, I'm well convinced that before June 12, Mr. President will reinstate our governor to the brick house. Oh, well, time will tell. We'll wait and see. The WhatsApp number is 08090306416 for those of us who want to send in WhatsApp messages. Kudili Iwogu says, congrats to the new Pope. Wariner Ben Clement says, congratulations to the new Pope. I'm not happy with fake politicians decamping to APC. What are we saying now? This thing, have there been a time politicians have been very credible people? Many of them are not credible people now. These things people are, sometimes you make me wonder if you are not in this country. Is this the first time you are seeing this kind of defections? Have we not been seeing the time PDP was in charge, everybody was going to PDP? All right. The time that APC was then switch to APC, come back to PDP when you're lying, go back to this one, go back, and then everybody will have an excuse. And you people are always the excuse they use for the people, for the good of our people, to drag development of our people. The question you ask is, how many times did you see the development since they've been decamping? So people should, in fact, it should be even questioned. If a person will say the only way he can get development to his state from the center is if he joins a political party, then that tells you the kind of government that you have, or the kind of democracy that we practice, where it is not, after election, it's not about development, or it's still politics. If you're not in our party, you will not get something for your state. So basically, some of these guys are already implicating themselves with what they are saying, if only you can pause and think. It's annoying The APGA will adopt Tinubu as presidential candidate come 2027, whereas Nigerians are wallowing in hunger. Who go generate justice? Well, because APGA adopted the president does not mean he will win election. At the end of the day, it is your vote that determines. I'm telling you, really. If Nigerians understand the system and begin to also work with the system the way it is, you would now realize that your vote will work. Good morning. Senate passes last 2 tax reform bills when hardship is biting hard. Very unfortunate. Okudili, you sent that one in on Facebook. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Hello, Ifemi Andrew. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to contribute to this.
Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
My name is Abasiama. I'm calling from Gruta.
Okay.
Okay. This morning I've listened to the news that said that HABGA adopted President Tinubu for 2027. You see what is happening here in Nigeria is not a new thing. This is something that we have already prophesied. Ferhat Bukti have already sang a song because he was a prophet. Hello, can you hear me?
Go on, we can hear you.
So what is happening is not a surprise to me because all the governors, they have seen that they don't have a proper backup. And what is happening in Nigeria is clear dictatorship. This is not democracy. Look at what is happening in Delta State. A state that have been fired by some legal team to interfere for the state of emergency in Rivers State. As soon as Governor defected to the APC, they now withdraw that case. So I think what Professor Suludu is doing is scared for his re-election. That is why he is coming up with the idea of adopting President Tinubu for second term. So thank you very much. I remember.
All right. Okay. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
My friend Andrew, good morning.
All right, good morning to you.
Justice Dori from Amudioga.
All right, Justice, go ahead.
No, just like you said, I've not seen any governor in all the 36 states that say President Tinubu will not be re-elected in 2027. Everybody is hiding under the re-election of President Tinubu to cement his or her own grab for 2027. You can see where you have to show your solidarity for the president for you to be able to be sure of yourself in 2027. That is the level of politics in Nigeria. That same way they are doing, that is how they don't do anything. Most of these politicians don't care. Just like what happened yesterday in Anambra. Yes, the Governor Soludo, is a leader in APGA, but he does not have the sole right to say the APGA have adopted the president for 2027. Don't be surprised that you hear a faction of APGA or the spokesperson of APGA coming out to debunk what the governor said. Now, Andrew, yesterday at the floor of the Senate president asked a question. If Peter Obi cannot resolve the crisis in his party, Labour Party, is it militancy, insecurity that he can resolve when he becomes the president of Nigeria? This question is a very deep question. It's a very deep one. If you want to be the president of Nigeria, you must be prepared. You must be prepared. The problem of Nigeria is too much, from insecurity to hunger, unemployment.
You said if what cannot what did you say? Who cannot resolve what?
At the floor of the Senate yesterday, the Senate president, while responding to what Obi said, he asked if Obi cannot resolve the political crisis in his party, Labour Party. Is it the problem of Nigeria that Obi can resolve?
Yes, now it's possible.
And insecurity, is it what Obi can resolve?
But I think the Labour Party have resolved their issues, haven't they? I think it's a Supreme Court judgment that even settles that.
They have not.
They have.
Labour Party have three national
So the Supreme Court judgment is useless. People cannot obey it.
Andrew, I'm not sure they have.
No, I'm asking you now. There's a Supreme Court judgment that has certified who is chairman, who is not. So, if a person doesn't want to obey the judgment, what do you think?
As it stands, they have not obeyed it.
Then the appropriate court, that does not mean the problem has not been settled. If you don't want to obey it, you are just being stubborn. But it's just like when the Supreme Court gave a judgment in Rivers State. I think everybody said the Supreme Court judgment is final. So why are we not shouting for Labour Party that the Supreme Court judgment is final and everybody should obey it?
That is why the Senate President now has to call on Obi as a prominent member of the party.
Whatever Akpabio was saying there does not hold ground. That's not a matter. That's not even the APC had its issues before the president emerged as president and became president. Let's not act like Nigerians. Come on now, you people should wake up now. Nigerians, wake up now. Which political party did not have issues building up to the election? The PDP had, APC had. Labour had, all of them had issues. They even used the issues and went to elections. Even now that we are speaking, there are still some rumors and reports that in the APC there are still squabbles and issues and disagreements. So, good morning, Nigeria Info. What's the beep?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. What's the beep in your background? There's a beep in your background.
Not from my own. Maybe somebody cut off. Should I continue?
Yes, go ahead. Just try to make it quick.
Yes, Mrs. Ucheke and I call from a chain.
Okay.
And the call to reinstate the suspended governor, one thing is to make a call, another thing is to weigh into action. Asking President Tinubu to restore democracy according to Kukuba is another thing. Then I want to say, if there is no democracy because the governor Singh was suspended, what happened to democracy when he also suspended the lawmakers from receiving their salaries, their entitlement? Was democracy being celebrated that day? I believe one who must go for equity must go with a clean hand. These people are busy calling on the sole administrator to restore peace between him and Wike without asking the suspended governor, who is the main actor, to look for peace. That's what we see every day is protest by simplified women here and there and the other one. Please, sir, you are the main actor. You wear the shoe. You are being suspended. And there was a condition. Let peace be ameliorated in your state. I think that is a way to go.
All right.
All these things you are going through the back door, it is not a good one.
All right. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
All right. Welcome.
My name is J.A.J. I know that it takes two to tango, so the governor could not have been fighting himself at the end of the day. Andrew, nothing concerns me and Labour Party, but I want to tell you that the Supreme Court didn't resolve the crisis in the party. What the Supreme Court gave as judgment was that every problem in the party, they have internal organs to solve it, so they should go back and resolve themselves. So there was no judgment given. And the whole matter now costs more like an underhanded monster. But that's not why I called. For how many days now or weeks, NOSA has not appeared in a Akata community. That's the wrong one. We have a NOSA office around Transformadi here. What does it take them to get the other key players to get there and know the real cause of the problem, of the spill, so that we can know what to do? I want to hear Bodo community this morning for a that suit against Shell for disobeying court judgment. But somebody telling me this morning that Penal Oil has done very well. That is why there has been no infraction in the Trans-Niger pipeline. Andrew, you see some assault. This was the same Trans-Niger pipeline that the president allegedly based the suspension of democracy in Rivers State on. So, is it telling me that didn't happen at all? The president didn't get enough information, which I feel that is the truth to situation.
All right, JJ.
You cannot tell me you blow up a 48-inch line and the next day the thing is flowing.
All right, thank you very much, JJ. But quickly, when you hang up, go on to the Punch newspaper, 4th of April, 2025. Tell me what you see.
No wahala.
All right, thank you.
I'll send it to you.
All right. No, I'm telling you to go look at it and tell me what you see. With regards to the Labour Party and who is the chairman and national chairman and all of those. So just go check it out yourself. That said, let's see if we could take a few more calls before we go on a commercial. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Good morning, Sir Andrew.
All right, good morning to you.
Madam Dr. Gokana.
All right.
Thank you. I want to say congratulations to one of the communities in Gokana, Buda City, for this share situation again. Share. This time that the matter is around you there where you exist. Please attend to Buda people. Buda people have suffered. Whatever thing that you do there where you come from, do it to Buda people in Gokana here. I beg you in the name of God, Shell. Please attend to Buda people. All the water, the fish, everything. Nothing exists again in Buda where we used to eat big fish, fried fish. Shell, please do something. Compensate Buda people. This time around, please. We want to beg you people in the name of God that the good things you do for your people, do for the Buda people in Gokana so that we will all be happy. I think that is the way to go.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Susie. I'm calling from Merrimack.
All right, Susie, go on.
I also want to add my voice to what Madam Dr. has just said. Shell should do something. Judgment has been given. They should obey the judgment and deliver. And I want to go to Onega. I also appreciate the sole administrator. Since the inception, or since we had problem in Onega, all the while that people were killed, I was looking out for a renaissance, the re-engineering. But to that extent, I have not had this kind of movement. But I want to appreciate the sole administrator, Dr. Chukwuma J, by the news made by his media aides, Humble Samuel, that they have taken a good step. And to this extent, I want to also urge our community, the youth, even everybody, to continue with this line of thought so that we protect our properties, protect our communities, and also protect government property. And so I usually ask a question, why somebody would want to take gun, take ammunition, and begin to kill his brothers and sisters in the community, destroy social life. But I believe that this step taken by the sole administrator, vis-a-vis the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, should not just stop by just this meeting. There should be initiatives, social organizations, to carry this particular programs and re-engineering and all of that to the letter, so that even in the primary secondary schools, we should be able to educate them. Because the level of courtesan, the level of vices that is brewing in Onega today, because of what is happening in our communities, people are embezzling the oil monies and the money that accrues to the communities. I am afraid if these steps are not being taken, what will happen in Onega, even in Ege class. Thank you very much.
All right, Susie, thank you very much. We see we could take squeeze in one more. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Yeah. Good morning, my brother, man.
All right, let's hear you quickly, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Good News. I'm calling from my airport.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me start by appreciating the Catholic Christians for God giving them a new leader, a pope, the first in America. I look forward to seeing a black man, precisely in Nigeria, who is one of the cardinals to being a pope of the nation. I look forward to that debate. My issue this morning is about Nostra. I heard Namene talking about it. I ask, is he afraid of mentioning the name of the person in charge? He's our brother, Ijinemeke Okin. He's the one in charge of Nostra. Why has he not come to his state and take care of what is happening in his state? Why is he based in Abuja?
All right. Good news, unfortunately. I think that's the much we can take from you. We have to go for a commercial now. When we come back, we'll take some messages. Stay with us.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria.